LeBron told ESPN that he doesn't take any blame for his relationship with the Steelers going south. AB requested a trade from Pittsburgh, and one of the big factors appears to be Ben Roethlisberger. He said on LeBron's show, The Shop, that Ben, quote, feels like he's the owner after the QB criticized his route running. Well, Larry Fitzgerald said Saturday that AB should be careful about what he wishes for. Take a listen.
You know, I love AB. Mr. Big Chest is a good friend of mine. But I don't think he's going about it the right way personally. You know, to be able to play with an all-time quarterback like he's able to play with, I don't think he understands how good he has it. You know, it could get tough out there. It could get tough out there. Yeah.
The audience loved it. We are joined by FS1 NFL analyst D'Angelo Hall. Good to have you here.
Good morning.
I am going to start with Shannon on this one, though. Do you agree with Fitz?
I do. I believe he will regret it. Take it from a guy, Skip. I played with John Elway, a Pro Football Hall of Famer, MVP, won 2 Super Bowls. I played with him for 9 years. And I think sometimes when you play with a guy that's so great, you just take for granted, okay, so what? I'm doing all this by... Because, you know, playing with him, 7 straight Pro Bowls, the first team All-Pro, the 1,000-yard seasons. And then when you get with someone that's... And
by the way, you didn't want out.
I didn't want out. No. I ended up going... he retired, and in '99, I ended up getting hurt. Skip, I don't think AB realizes, because, look, AB is immensely talented. But there have been a lot of talented quarterbacks, a lot of talented receivers that don't get an opportunity to showcase what they really can do when the quarterback is really marginal. And I agree with Fitz. He's gone about it the wrong way. But he makes some compelling points about Ben and his relationship. And then when you have the general manager come out and basically corroborate everything that he said. But my thing with AB, Skip, is that he's like, if I'm your boy, I don't know how you feel about this, D'Angelo, but my boy can correct me when other people couldn't. John could come to me, and the only problem that I have with Ben is how he criticizes. I got a lot of problems with Ben, but criticizing a player publicly. If I ran a terrible route, Skip, or if I missed a block, he would come to me, not in public, and say, T, that's not good enough, bro. We can't win like that. He said, I know you're better than that. I didn't offer an excuse, but what about the time you threw the ball in the ground? Well, what about that interception? You right. I'll be better. This week, you can count on that, bro. So that's the thing that AB has to understand. There's a right way and a wrong way to go about everything. You can have a disagreement, and Ben have handled this terribly. But for AB to say he bears no responsibility, I think that tells, because you play with a lot of different teams, and you didn't handle everything the way you should have handled it in the Raiders. You're not going, it's all their fault. And when someone says it's not, any of it belongs to me, I'm leery of that. He's going to regret it, because it's hard for me to believe that there are 5 quarterbacks, 6 quarterbacks better than Ben Roethlisberger that's playing in the NFL.
Who are your quarterbacks at Baltimore?
I had Trent Dilfer, I had Tony Banks, I had Randall Cunningham, and then in Denver I had Brian Greasy. But 99 had Brian Greasy.
Bobby Brister.
Let's just say they weren't John Elway.
You remember
See, Shannon, my disagreement is I don't know AB at all. I played against him a couple times. I know Larry. We were in the same draft, as well as Ben. I know those guys personally. I know those guys very well. And yes, I don't think, I think AB has definitely handled this situation wrong. I would have advised him to do things a lot differently. But it does come a certain point where the relationship just sours. It happens in all forms of life, all aspects of life. Marriages, teammates, partnerships, companies. At some point, we're going to just agree to disagree. I think those guys have reached that point. For Larry to say, AB's going to, regret this because he's never played with the, Hall of Fame caliber quarterback. Like I was telling you, in Denver, I'm sure John Elway treated you as an equal. Now, I think you would have had a little bit of a problem if he didn't. Because you were that caliber of a player that demanded that kind of respect. And I told Skip, even if I wasn't that player, you are a peer. You're not the general manager. You're not the head coach. And as a great leader, that's how you are. It didn't matter to me if it was the 53rd dude on the roster who never was going to play.
I got it.
He got the same amount of respect from me as Kirk Cousins, who was making $25 million, as RG3 when he was the guy. And so, to me, you know, yes, AB bears some of the responsibility in this, but Ben does too. And we haven't been talking about Ben in this whole situation because I almost feel like they're protecting him kind of because he is the guy that kind of runs that organization. But, you know, I'm excited for AB to see what's next because sometimes, like I said, at some point, you got to move on. And I think AB has reached that point where the relationship, look, we're just going to agree to disagree. You feel the way you feel. I feel the way I feel. I'm not being treated equally in this situation. And when you got a great player like that, like AB is a Hall of Fame caliber player if he keeps it up for the next couple more years. You know, for Larry to make that comment, he is a Hall of Famer, and he did it the hard way. You think about the list of quarterbacks he's had. And just
John Skelton, Derek Anderson. But look at when he had Kurt Warner.
Yeah. So he knows how nice it can be.
He's speaking from experience.
It's like a corner saying, man, it would have been nice to play with that pass rush. Yeah, it would have been amazing to play with that pass rush. But
some other quarterbacks that Larry Fitz has been stuck with, Josh Rosen last year, Blaine Gabbert, Drew Stanton, Ryan Lindley. You mentioned Skelton, Kevin Cobb. I can go on and on and on and on and on.
That's the list.
He knows.
He does.
This is hard-earned wisdom to a guy he likes, that he's close with.
Yes.
I like Antonio. I've had him on this show many times, this show and the other show. He has great spirit and charm and charisma. He lights up the room. But he's losing all perspective. The grass isn't always greener because he's not a free agent. He's going to have to depend on the Steelers to trade him to a place where he's going to be happier. And right now there's this runaway speculation about Gruden is angling. He's going to be the guy to trade for Antonio. Also runaway speculation that he's also going to trade Derek Carr. Was it possible Antonio's going to play with A.J. McCarron throwing him the football? Will he love that? I like A.J. McCarron, but I don't know.
You know John Gruden.
Okay.
He ain't going to put up that foolishness. Ask Keyshawn Johnson.
Okay.
When you start bucking his system, what he'll do.
Well, okay. Is that going to happen? Because they got the firepower to go give something worth trading for. Look, Antonio's lost all perspective, and he lost me further over the weekend when he was telling ESPN, the owner didn't even learn the name of my girlfriend. Well, they're 53 guys. It's just not going to happen.
No, Skip, Mr. B didn't know the owner. And then my girlfriend.
Come on.
And he said, well, Ben has been to my house once, and I've been to his house once. Guess how many times John Elway's been to my house and I've been to his? 0. I went to Denver to win games. Not if John and I became friends or me and whomever became friends. Oh, well, if we didn't, guess what?
But see, the perception in today's NFL is that we do have to be friends.
No, you don't.
I know. I don't feel like that. But that's why you trade jersey. Like, I'm looking like, man, I don't want nobody jersey. I ain't trading nobody jersey, you know? And the verbal sparring that I used to participate in during the game, after the game, I'm trying to, like, what's up?
You know what?
I'm trying to see what's going on.
You two would have been a good match.
Jerseys.
I know.
Hey, would these two not have gone at it? I'm not talking about on the field. I'm talking about trash talking.
Oh, yeah. But the thing is, Skip, is that AB, a lot of these guys, AB is one of these guys that he surrounded himself with people that tells him what he wants to hear, not what he needs to know. And the biggest mistake that these current athletes make is that they think former athletes should spray perfume on the bull jive. No, bro, if you wrong, you wrong. I'm going to say you wrong. If you right, I'm going to say you right. But when you're wrong in certain situations, see, AB has never forgiven me, Skip, because you remember when he did the Facebook Live, I said I move on. Because I said if he's making $4 million and he's doing this, give him 10, give him 12. Now, Kevin Colbert, he made a terrible misstep. He said, you know what? In the future, we need to do a better job of getting a hold on Le'Veon and AB when they're younger. I said that. I said that. I tell you what, you better get a hold of these young guys because when they become stars and you let them go, ain't no reining in. See, this AB just didn't get like that this year, Skip.
But who do you think AB learned that from? How do you think he evolved into thinking, hey, I can kind of do some things that kind of,
he saw Ben. He see how
outside the line.
He see how they treat Ben.
Exactly.
He see how they treat Ben.
And Juju sees him. And so it's a revolving effect that just keeps happening and it keeps happening.
And what's not? Don't think AB's not upset. Juju led the team in receiving. Juju's the MVP.
He was.
If I'm the guy, how y'all gonna vote for somebody else? Let that go, bro. I don't. Look, I ain't. But he's going to find out. Everything is not always greener on the other side.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not. He's not going to find a better situation than the place he's at. The chemistry those two dudes play with, I mean, it's unmatched. Having been out there and seen them moving around.
You have seen it.
It's crazy.
True. They have all-time connection. All-time.
They do.
All-time, seriously. They're up there with just about anybody.
Anybody. Marvin Harrison. And
Think about this. The dude has 6 straight 100-yard seasons. Rice Montana, Rice Young, Marvin Harrison, Peyton Manning. Nobody did this.
But even think about every team knows going into a game we have to stop AB. That's what's so frustrating. When you watch other offenses work, it's like, man, how can you not get your best player the ball when I'm sitting here watching year after year after year AB come with 105, 108, 109.
They force feed.
It blows my mind.
You know why? Because the quarterback is what? Is he 6'6", 6'5"?
Yeah, he's a big dude.
And he can shrug off pass rushers the way nobody can to buy more time, and he will try any throw at any moment.
Right.
If he sees even a hint of open, he will fling it in AB's
He trusts his guy.
Am I right?
He trusts his guy.
When you catch this many passes in this time frame, how can you complain about the passes that you don't get? Do you know in order to catch 130 passes, how many Ben has to throw your way? You catch 112, you catch 120. Do anyone realize how many passes that he must throw AB's way?
Yeah,
so he's got 6 straight 100. So that means he's throwing him at least at the bare minimum 1,000. He's thrown 1,000 passes in his vicinity.
Boy.
You know what I said the other day? Now you'd have to pay me a 4th rounder just to take him off your hands. Seriously. Because remember, you're going to have to absorb $21 million under your cap.
That's not the issue. Guess what else you're going to have to do? He's made it. If you got guaranteed money, he want more money.
He wants more money.
More money, more money. And if you don't give it to him, what you going to get at? What you going to get, y'all?
I guess he's going to hold out.
Mo Money Blues, right?
Yep.
And he's not afraid to tell you how he really feels. That's everything we're learning from him always. D'Angelo, good to have you. Thanks for joining us. So we know the Lakers are struggling.